welcome to This Day. Today is Wednesday, February 7th, and I'm your host, Bobby Higgins. Coming up, we have Jerry Slusowitz with Pacific Financial Planners. If you've ever wondered which investments are right for you, well then Jerry is just the perfect person to explain it to you so you can be confident you're making the right decisions with your money. And after that, we have Dan Daly and Grace Carpenter here with the Fit Brain Club. If you or someone you love has been experiencing memory loss, it can be fearful and create lots of anxiety, but Dan and Grace are here today to give us some steps on what you can do. And now let's take a look at today's Stay Informed. You are invited to come visit the Community Center to experience this year's Art Association exhibit. In this very special, highly regarded, and always anticipated show, the Art Association members share the fruits of their talents with the community. More than 170 works are displayed along the first and third floor hallways and alcoves of the Community Center. Also, now through Friday, March 1st, you can pick up a ballot from the concierge desk staff and vote for your single favorite artwork. The winners will be announced in What's Up in the Village on Friday, March 8th. And now let's take a look outside at the weather. It's still cloudy and gray out there. We are possibly expecting some showers today. It'll be cool with a high of 57 and a low of 46. Tomorrow it'll be mostly cloudy and cool with rain tapering to a couple of showers. On Friday it'll remain cool with times of cloud and sun. And for the weekend, there'll be more sun than clouds. That'll be a nice reprieve for all this rain we've had. Now taking a look at your sunrise and sunset. Here's a picture from Mark Rabinowitz. Just absolutely adorable mama duck and her little babies. I tell you, I felt that way every day when I took a walk when my kids were little because I had 5 little ducks walking all behind me. Here's your sunrise, 6:42 a.m. and your sunset tonight will be at 5:27 p.m. If you'd like to send in your photos to be featured here on This Day, please email them to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Stay with us. Up next, we'll have Pacific Financial Planners, but first, here's a look at today's meetings.
Adapt to it, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to it has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to it sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next.
To see the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth.
For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from Pacific Financial Planners is Jerry Slusowitz. Jerry, so nice to see you again. Always a pleasure.
Great to see you, Bobby. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How are you doing today? Are you keeping dry? Any issues with the rain?
No, everything's good. We have a good house.
That's good. That's good. And no car accidents.
No.
Go
slowly.
Yes, we had a crazy one outside our community. I guess an 18-year-old was speeding and something happened, and apparently his engine was like outside the car after the accident.
Yeah.
But fortunately, he was okay.
Just slow down and be careful.
Yes.
Kind of how I invest. Slow down and be careful.
There you go. Perfect. So last time when I met with you and spoke with you in December, we were talking about investing for income versus growth, and that when you're in retirement, you probably don't want to take as much risk with your money. And so today, I understand you're going to be going a bit deeper with this topic and with which investments are right for you. So how do our viewers out there know? How do they know what investments are right for them?
Well, there's a number of very sophisticated investors here in the village. They know what's going on. They understand how things work. But there's a lot of people, the majority of people, that really don't know the difference between a stock or a bond or a mutual fund or an exchange traded fund, an ETF, the new mutual fund, so to speak, or an annuity. And a lot of people they shudder when they hear that word annuity as well. And so they're kind of relying on either a financial advisor or maybe their spouse that's now gone and they haven't changed anything in years, perhaps. And so they don't really know the differences or what's right for them. And what really it comes down to kind of is risk and income. How much income do you need? Because certain one of these investments produce more income and certain ones have more risk. So if you have a low risk tolerance, certain products will be better. And if you need more income, other products might be better. And generally, the lower the risk and the more income you need, the more conservative of an investor you should be, the less stock market exposure you should have. But yet I meet people all the time from here in the village that have 80, 90, 100% of their money, of their retirement assets in the stock market. And that's not necessarily right for them.
And that can be very risky. You could potentially lose all your money if it's all in the stocks, correct?
Well, probably not all your money, but if you had, let's say it's let's use a big number like $1 million, and you lost 30%, 300,000. You had 100,000, you lost 30,000. How would that make you feel? Would you become anxious, especially if you're in your 70s or 80s and you don't want to go back to work? See, that's called the maximum drawdown. A lot of people are going to have drawdown that they don't understand. They can lose that kind of money. And I'm not talking about some faraway, distant deal. In 2022, many people lost a third of their money. And they're not doing anything different today. They haven't changed a thing. So to not think that can happen again, it can happen again. So it's really important to get a second opinion, to find out again, what are your comfort zones for losing money? Some people say, well, I don't want to lose any money. Then why do you have 80% of your money in the stock market? And then, so they've got to kind of decide what's more important to them, their relationship with their current financial advisor or protection of their retirement income. And then a lot of people, we can create a lot more income than we can the way they're currently structured. So it's really important to really understand someone's goals, priorities, and sometimes I have to help them understand them for themselves.
What of the things that you have listed here on the slide, like which are the things that are like most risky or which are the ones that are income producing?
Well, annuities are designed to create income. They're designed to supplement your retirement. Bonds are designed to produce income. So you could have bond ETFs and bond mutual funds, but a lot of people have stocks and stock mutual funds. Those are the riskiest of them all. But there's a whole number of things in between as well that I don't even list on that very first slide, that are very risky and can produce a lot of angst. So it's really important. The hard lessons of the stock market are from 2000 to 2013. Not that long ago, there was zero return in the S&P 500 if you just bought and hold over that period of time. So people say, well, stocks always come back. Well, they do, but if you're drawing income and you're retired and you have to wait 13 years for it to come back without drawing income, and then where are you going to be in 13 years? Do you have 13 years to have the stock market come back. See, those are the lessons that people would learn the hard way unless they take advantage and get their portfolio reviewed, get a second opinion, get a third opinion, and really understand what's best for them. And again, if you're a sophisticated investor and you're doing it all yourself, there's a lot of things you don't know about financial planning and retirement. I've been dealing with folks here in the village for over 30 years, and I've seen it all. I've seen people go from 60 through death, through 95. And, so I've seen all that sort of stuff and a number of times. And there's a lot more to financial planning than money management as well. So it's always good to, educate yourself and find out more about it.
What should viewers be doing today to ensure that they have a financially comfortable retirement?
Well, again, the importance of financial defense means it's not predicting outcomes and having it go to chance. People say, well, Jerry, you don't know what the future is going to hold. Absolutely correct. I have no idea what the future is going to hold, but I know how to protect you no matter what the future holds. And it's important to take advantage of looking at second opinions, third opinions of someone who understands defense and protection of capital, because that's all a money manager can do, is protect you against future risk.
And you have I think you had a thing you said before where it's like, if there's money, get a second opinion. If it's important,
the pie theory.
The pie theory.
Yeah. Anything painful, important, or expensive, you get a second opinion. If someone were to say, hey, you've got a heart issue, I think we want to have surgery next week, Wednesday. Are you going to just say, well, sure, it's the first time hearing about it, but cut me open? Or would you say, gosh, is there a good cardiologist around that I could get a second opinion? Any of these things, you want to get a second opinion. So your money is really important. Get a second opinion when it comes to your money. Very important.
And so the next financial forum is coming up tomorrow in Clubhouse 7 at 3 p.m. Who should be going to these meetings? Like sophisticated investors or novice people? There's
something for everyone. Okay, we speak some things I hear back, they go, gosh, that part was over my head, but some other things you said really hit home. So I speak to both sophisticated and novice investors. I do these workshops monthly, and last month there was a woman who came up to me. I've known her for years. She's not one of my clients. She's a retired doctor, young 70s, and she came up to me, she said, geez, I learned what an exchange-traded fund was today. I had no idea how those things worked. Thank you very much. And this is highly sophisticated. But people are nervous and they don't know who to turn to or where to turn to. Anyone can show up from the village. You show up, you don't have to sign in, you don't have to give your name. You can sit there and learn. You can ask questions if you want to. So it's a good forum for people who just are curious about the markets and want to learn more and don't know where to turn.
And this is something you've been doing all your careers, is part of not only just the business that you offer, but you're really trying to educate people.
My whole goal, my entire career, is financial education. Bobby, I think you know this, I have an engineering degree. Engineers are kind of nerdy how things work. Well, that was my goal. I learned about money very early. I was 18, 19 years old, started investing. I was on a full ride scholarship. I was getting grants, so I started investing that money. And I started to realize that things weren't exactly what they seemed. And I said, I want to learn about this money thing. So my way is just to teach other people, give it all away. There's no secret black box. I'll tell everybody all the answers. If they want to go and do it with their current financial advisor, no problem. And if they want to work with me, they can work with me because I do manage money for people. And so that's how I've gotten my entire business. It's a very no pressure, very educational approach.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I tell you, I always learn something new every time I see you. So you're meeting one of my New Year's goals, to get more financial knowledge.
That's great, Bobby. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. To find out more on this topic, make sure you come attend the Financial Forum tomorrow, Thursday, February 8th at 3 p.m. in Clubhouse 7. Not only will you get educated, but there'll be coffee and cookies as well. Plus, you're always welcome to bring a friend. If you'd like to find out how Jerry and Pacific Financial Planners can help you, you can give them a call at 949-219-0692, or you can go online and check them out at yourmoneytalks.com. Stay with us. We will have the Fit Brain Club right after this.
Ready to hear the good news? From teaching others how to use their iPhone at the Mac Club or volunteering at the History Center, our community saves thousands of dollars. And there's more. The special volunteer luncheon happens because of sponsors. Recently, it was Memorial Care, Ivy Living, and Freedom Village that stepped up to help offset the cost. These are just a few of the many good things that happen in your community. Help be a part of it and volunteer today.
At Renew Ketamine Infusion, Dr. Justin Yannick and Dr. Tanya Dahl are board-certified physicians with nearly a decade of experience in ketamine therapy who can help those who haven't found success with other treatments or wish to avoid daily medications. Whether you're struggling with depression, PTSD, anxiety, or chronic pain conditions, our private spa-like clinic focuses on creating the perfect setting for your ketamine treatment. Call us today to schedule your free physician consultation to determine if ketamine therapy is recommended for you.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Backed up toilet can wreak havoc in our homes. And with our older sewer lines, a clogged pipe can become a nightmare for our neighbors as well. That's why we have to be careful about what we flush down the village toilets. One of the biggest sources of blockages is personal hygiene wipes. Even if they're labeled flushable, always toss disposable wipes in the trash because these products do not break down like toilet paper. Please, don't throw them in the toilet.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 45 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit us anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
Welcome back. Joining me now with the Fit Brain Club is Dan Daly and Grace Carpenter. Welcome. So nice to see you guys once again.
Good to be here, Bobby.
Yes, and you guys always have some really great information to share with us and share with the residents, and today's no exception. But a tough topic today: memory loss. And
right.
So. This especially is difficult as you're getting older, because the first thought is is this normal aging? Oh my gosh, I can't find my keys. Is that just normal, not thinking, but then the next thought is, oh my gosh, could this be the start of Alzheimer's? Is this something more serious? So Dan, what are the signs of memory loss?
I would say the first sign is going to be confusion. The second sign is short term. I'll give you an example. If you're in a hurry and you're running into your house and you have an hour to meet somebody outside, if you place your purse or your car keys in an unusual spot and you can't find those keys, however, you retrace your steps and you find them. People who can't find them after retracing the steps has a problem, or the beginning of a problem. And it's usually correlation is very strong with short-term memory loss. It's tough, and it's a real challenge.
Is there a certain age that typically this could start happening? Like if that's happening in your 40s, is that something to worry about?
I would say that a lot of it has to do with multitasking in your younger age. When you're about 60 plus, that's when it takes effect. And that's when the early signs of memory loss will occur and develop. And it's a challenge, to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. And so if you're the one experiencing memory loss, or you live with the loved one who's, it seems like maybe they're experiencing some memory loss, should you tell your neighbors or anyone else about it?
Yes.
I would say
yes.
the beginning of memory loss is usually a sign that there's something ahead. It's going to be develop into something more serious. And you should, those neighbors who are friends of yours, they should be told what's happening with the loved one. Because what's going to happen is next is going to be wandering. And once they wander and they go out that front door and they're unattended, they get lost, they're not going to find their way home. And that's when you're opening the door to a lot of problems.
I've read that a lot of times people, with dementia or the Alzheimer's, that they'll wander off because they have a purpose. They're going somewhere. They know where they're going, and they're off on their way to go do it, just like they've done their whole lives.
Lives.
But then all of a sudden, it's almost like a flip switches, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, where am I? What am I doing? Where am I? Why am I here? And then that's when all of a sudden, I guess, the confusion fits in. Is that true with what you guys know about as well?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, she lived it
I
with
lived
her
it with
husband.
a neighbor. And my motto has become kill the shame, because they're ashamed. Their partners are ashamed. They're in denial. First is, the denial that it's happening. And then if we gently say, your husband is coming into my house and turning all the channels to tennis or something, and they're in denial. That's what my husband was doing. Right. And the people were so kind to me because I wasn't in denial. But with my own neighbor, when he had memory loss, and I tried to get his wife to realize that something had to be done, because he was accusing me of actually killing him with marijuana, and I never smoked a cigarette, let alone marijuana, and we couldn't get them to go to a neurologist for testing even, because they were ashamed. We have to get rid of that feel, the stigma, kill the stigma, kill the shame, stop, because it's going to make your life so much harder if you don't get out of denial and say, I have to change my expectations. Life is going to be different now. Face it, right?
Yeah, that's true. The other thing is, I'm a firm believer, ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And at the age of 50, everybody should be undergoing a memory test.
Oh, really?
And that's highly recommended by your preferred provider, as well as neurologists in general. And that will show you, it'll give you a real good profile as to the extent of memory loss.
Well, and it's good to have that baseline testing too.
Absolutely.
So if there are changes down the road, you have something to compare it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I found one. The University of Ohio Medical Center, they came up with one called the SAGE, the self-assessment. And so and you can Google it, like you can get the whole assessment online and do it yourself at home.
Wow.
And I was so excited, because who's going to take the lead in assessing? We're going to have, I don't know how many million. We have 164,000 diagnosed with Alzheimer's. But when you look at the umbrella of dementia and all the dementias, vascular dementia, there's so many people that are going to be diagnosed if we don't start, like with your idea of getting memory tests, say, early, and we can do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
This is wonderful. There aren't enough doctors. I called a neurologist for a friend, and I said, Ken Papard, the wonderful that we all go to for that first test, and he said, probably in 2026, I'll be able to take my first new, and we're like, whoa, there aren't enough diagnosticians going to be available. They're not available now. So we've got to really be proactive with this.
Yeah. And just like any disease, early intervention
Yes.
Exactly.
is going to slow it down.
Yes.
Maybe we can't prevent it yet, but
Yes.
to slow it down
Yes.
and to enjoy as much of life as you can.
And there are
So-
programs available to people who are concerned about memory loss or who have memory loss. Has to be over 200 on the internet of brain exercises. And that's going to help as far as delivering some therapy for memory loss.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys for being here today. And I know we have your meeting
Event,
coming up,
yes.
and the next Fit Blaine Club meeting is on Monday, February 12th at 10 a.m. in Clubhouse 3 at the PAC in Dining Room 2. And Tony will be talking more about this topic. So please make sure to come by and check this out. So thank you for having you guys. Stay with us. We have announcements and weather coming up right after this.
Thank you, Bobby.
Parkinson's disease is a neurological movement disorder affecting an estimated 1 million Americans, including many under age 40. The American Parkinson Disease Association is the largest grassroots network in the United States, working to help ease the burden and find the cure for those coping with Parkinson's. Visit apdaoptimism.org today to find out how you can help millions live with dignity and optimism. Your action today will help APDA put an end to Parkinson's disease.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
Taking a look ahead, tomorrow on this day, we have a candidate for the state senate, and also the Baby Boomers Club will be here joining us. So great show coming your way tomorrow. And we still have a little bit of rain coming your way today and tomorrow as well before it finally clears up to some sun this weekend. Thank you for watching This Day. I'm your host, Bobby Higgins, and we'll see you again next time.
Those four walls got you down? Let us help. Mobility City is your go-to store for scooters, wheelchairs, and more. Come see our huge selection of scooters, lift recliners, power chairs, hospital beds, ramp systems, hitch lifts, and more. All at the best prices available. Mobility City is also your leader in repairs and rentals, and we can come to you, solving your mobility needs one customer at a time. Mobility City on El Toro Road in Lake Forest.